So you felt it like you was burning?
No, we both was like, what the f is this smell? Like, ugh.
Hey, do you have any comments on the recent allegations that you didn't disclose that you had herpes with the girl?
I went to a concert of his sometimes a few years ago to celebrate my birthday.
Like that. And she contracted herpes from Jay Z, and Chris Brown found out about it.
I'm not cured. I'm just been taking my meds. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
There are a whole lot of STDs spreading around Hollywood right now, and y'all's favorite black celebrities specifically have been catching cases, getting accused, and having their business put on the street. Some of them admitted it, some got sued, and some are even talking about it like it's a badge of honor. Like who even decided that sleeping around and catching something is part of the flex.
I remember you said that you actually hate using condoms.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I mean, you know you're rolling the dice, right? When you're doing that. I mean, not only pregnancies, but also diseases and the such.
I walk by faith, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't walk by anything.
You already know. We have to start with Sexy Red because she's been accused of normalizing and even promoting STDs to her fans. Sexy sat on Angela Ye's podcast and casually admitted she had chlamydia twice, like she was talking about getting a cold. Her explanation was that she and her ex broke up, both did their own thing with other people, got back together, and then noticed something wasn't right. And she told this story with a straight face, like it's normal to catch something and pass it around.
No, but how did you? So you felt it like you was burning?
No, it be a smell.
For chlamydia?
Nah. Yeah.
And you went to the doctor and they were like,
Cause this what happened. Me and my was together, and we broke up cause he was cheating on me. So then we broke up. Then I went and did me, did him, and then we missed each other, came back together.
something went right.
We both was like, what the f is this smell?
But it gets worse. Sexy literally brags about not using protection. She raps about her parts burning like a cigarette, and she even wrote that bar. I heard you want a stud. I got the STD. All I need is you. And then Sexy decided to profit from the whole situation. She dropped a lip gloss named after all the things you go to the clinic for, and her fans ate it up.
This got real. Green. Yeah. Oh, and I made this for my friend that had gonorrhea. She told me the shit was coming out green. I said, okay, let me make you some lip gloss, make you feel better. And that's how we came up with the flavor gonorrhea.
Fast forward to recently, and a picture of Sexy hanging out with adult star Gucci Turtle Leg went viral. There were even rumors that Sexy and Gucci hooked up, although Sexy denies this. By the way, Gucci is the one who bragged about having over 3,000 body count, and he's also been accused of spreading herpes. Creator D. Davis accused Gucci of knowingly transmitting it to her when she was 19. She alleged he hid his status and ignored her concerns about a visible sore. But the worst part is this woman learned nothing from this experience. Check out what she said when asked about her body count before and after Gucci.
How many bodies did you have before you caught, and then how many do you have after? And I just want to see where you're at with your life. And it's just anybody that also is worried about HSV2, and also you're doing this for the women out there, even men out there. So how many bodies would you approximate that you had before and then after you were contracted?
So since everybody thinks I'm already nuts, I don't like really my body count. So Gucci was 44. Okay. I am now at 58. So during the time, and listen. After Gucci, right? Before I found out that I had herpes, I wild the out.
So, the fact that people are treating all of this like it's just entertainment is the most disturbing part. They're the same ones who will be shocked when they catch something permanent. Which brings us to Diddy, because the rumors about his HIV status have been circling for years. It started popping off last year when Diddy's ex-intern filed a civil lawsuit claiming Diddy saw him and infected him with HIV. A man suing as John Doe alleged that while interning for Diddy in late 2014, he was taken to an after-party where Diddy gave him a spiked drink, and he woke with injuries. And then months later, he claims he learned he had contracted HIV. But these allegations about Diddy aren't new. Jaguar Wright has been saying that Diddy knew his status for years, and she claims to know at least 20 other men in the industry in the same situation.
That head up. How many dudes is running around undetectable, G?
Come on.
In the game?
Man.
Because I could tell you 20 right now that I could rattle off names, and wouldn't nobody be able to send names.
But that's not all. According to an alleged diary from Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, Kim found out Diddy gave Usher an STD, and Usher's mom supposedly confronted him about it.
Some of the things in the book cover Diddy's gay relationships, footage of those encounters, the men he slept with, STDs, Diddy giving Usher an STD, and the explosive encounter between Diddy and Usher's mom, Mary J. Blige being pregnant by Diddy, and of course, she had an AB that Kim took, pushing him down the steps in 2007.
And this is the same Usher who years later paid over $1 million in a herpes settlement back in 2017. Usher was hit with a lawsuit from a stylist named Laura Helm. She said he gave her herpes, and she even claimed this caused her twins to be stillborn. Laura also said Usher knew he had it and didn't tell her before they slept together. The court documents had some nasty details, too. Allegedly, Usher had some very stank symptoms, but he assured Laura that it was nothing, and eventually Usher ended up paying Laura $1 million to settle, which basically means he paid her to go away and stop talking about it. But here's the craziest part. She wasn't the only one. 3 other people came forward, 2 women and 1 man. One of the women said Usher had a herpes outbreak while they were together and didn't tell her. Another said she only found out after the lawsuit made headlines.
I would have never consented if I would have known. I would not have taken the risk of getting an incurable disease. My health is very important.
As for the male accuser, he claimed that Usher infected him after they did the nasty in a Koreatown spa in Los Angeles. Now, Usher never really addressed any of this directly. He just settled the lawsuits and kept it moving, which tells you everything you need to know. And now he's out here praising Diddy and saying, we misrepresented him. Okay, Usher.
This might be a bit controversial. I don't have anything negative to say about Sean Combs because my experience was not what the world has seen. And how he's been, misrepresented.
All right, now let's talk about one STD rumor that refuses to die. Everybody knows about the night Chris Brown jumped Rihanna back in 2009. That's not a rumor, but what allegedly started the whole fight. That's where the mess comes in. So, the official story goes that Rihanna found texts on Chris's phone from another woman. But then some versions of the rumor say the argument started after Chris accused Rihanna of giving him the virus. And get this, Jaguar Wright claimed that Rihanna got it from Jay-Z. I swear the industry is just one big pool of people passing nasty stuff to each other.
Always pay attention to the fact that she was fucking Jay-Z. Underage. Jay-Z gave her the herpes that she gave to Chris Brown.
To be clear, none of this was ever proven, but the rumor stuck. And some of Chris's fans still think this is the real reason Jay-Z allegedly tried to blackball Chris. Now, let's talk about a situation with somebody who actually got done dirty. Dwayne Wade's ex-wife, Siobhan Funches. Back during their divorce, Siobhan threw some serious accusations at Dwayne, and one of them was that he gave her an STD. Siobhan said he caught something from cheating on her and then passed it to her. But then Dwayne sued her for defamation, and the claim got withdrawn. But let's be real about how that works. He had NBA money. She didn't. He could afford lawyers to drag her through court until she couldn't fight back anymore. And let's not forget the rumors about why their marriage really fell apart. Allegedly, Dwayne was cheating on Savon with both women and men.
So show us the nails.
Don't get a close-up of my nails.
No,
Listen, I've been on the road. I'm gonna do like this.
but we see a pop of color.
Yeah.
What was the impetus for it?
And speaking of messy NBA players, we can't forget about Dennis Rodman. Back in the 90s, Atlanta Hawks cheerleader Lisa Beth Judd sued Rodman for giving her herpes. And here's where it gets wild. Rodman got on the stand and admitted he tested positive for the virus. He just said he didn't give it to her specifically, and his logic was that he had 6 or 7 lovers during the time he was seeing Lisa, so it could have been anybody. And then he tried to play the victim. He told the jury that women were just drawn to his wealth and fame, as if that justifies him not telling them he had herpes.
Federal court. 24-year-old Lisa Judd alleges Rodman gave her genital herpes. The former Atlanta Hawks dancer says she contracted the incurable disease on January 14, 1993, at the end of an on and off 21-month relationship. In opening statements, Judd's attorney, Mark Trigg, says Rodman knew he had herpes, knew he'd exposed 2 other women before that January night.
Rodman, how you feel about the accusations made against you?
No good deal, bro. Take it one day at a time, brother.
And let's not even get into the entire mess of Dwight Howard. Alright, so we've talked about a lot of mess. So, to end on a more positive note, let's mention a celebrity who actually caught something serious and managed to turn it into something meaningful. Magic Johnson. Back in 1991, Magic stood on stage and told the whole world he had HIV.
Because of the HIV virus that I have attained,
I will have to retire from the Lakers today. I just want to make clear, first of all, that I do not have the AIDS disease, because I know a lot of you want to know that, but the HIV virus. My wife is fine. She's negative, so no problem with her. I plan on going on living for a long time.
And let me put this in perspective for you. This was the peak of Magic's career. He had just led the Lakers to the finals, and he stood in front of the cameras and said he was positive. And back then, most people thought it was a death sentence. People didn't understand it, and they thought you could catch it from a toilet seat or a handshake. And here was Magic, one of the most famous athletes on the planet, admitting he had it. He didn't hide or deny it. He said, "This is my reality, and I'm going to use it to help people." Also, back then, people thought it was a gay man's disease. So, Magic, being a straight man with the virus, shattered that illusion. He then retired from the NBA, and everybody assumed he didn't have a lot of time left on Earth. But that was almost 35 years ago, and Magic's still here, healthy, successful, and married to the same woman.
Everything that my doctor told me to do, I did it. And so, and I think that the main thing for me was the fact that I knew I was going to live for a long time. And I still wake up and work every single day. I'm still a husband, I'm still a father.
Now, did Magic make mistakes to get there? Obviously. He admitted he was living recklessly in his early career days, sleeping around without using protection, and eventually contracted it from a woman who had the virus. Magic also admitted he cheated on his wife, Cookie, and the timeline is particularly messy because Magic and Cookie had only been married for 6 weeks when he got the diagnosis in '91, and she was pregnant with their first child at the time. But when Magic found out about his status, he did the right thing. He first told Cookie, and then he locked himself in a room and called as many former lovers as he could remember to tell them they might have been exposed. So, what separates Magic from everybody else in this list is what he did after. He took responsibility, but most of these other celebs, not so much. So, if you're out here taking advice from rappers who named a lip gloss after a bacterial infection, that's on you. These celebrities move like there are no consequences, because for them, there usually aren't. Private doctors, NDAs, settlements, publicists who can spin anything. Regular people don't have that luxury, so you better stop playing with your health before it's too late. Now, let me ask you, do you think celebrities have any responsibility to watch what they say about this stuff? Or is it just entertainment and we shouldn't take them seriously? How did we get to the point where rappers are bragging about bodies and STDs like it's a flex? Drop your take in the comments and stay tuned for the next video.